I don't know why I thought that it would be a good idea to start filming early in the morning. It's not. It's not a good idea. Filming should wait until I'm ready. So I'm gonna go get ready. Okay. I now have somewhat more presentable. Okay. I definitely still have to do hair and makeup, but here's my thought. I make some breakfast, I do a little chit chat. Welcome, you're trapped here. I also do need to make breakfast somewhat fast, because I got a meeting in a half hour. Yeah. Okay, cute. Anyway, hi, it's me, I'm back. Hopefully for a little longer this time. First and foremost, I do just want to apologize for disappearing for I grabbed the wrong knife. For I don't know, 2 months now or something. It's been a while. And that is absolutely my bad. That was not my intention at all, was to create a channel, post for a couple weeks, and then absolutely go radio silent. So basically, as some of you guys may know, I just wrapped up my first year of college. So of course did the whole finals, and it's just it's a different world in college. It's similar to high school, but it's also just it's a lot, so much at one time, not just academic, but just it's a lot. And so I made my YouTube channel thinking okay, this will be kind of a good outlet for me. I can just kind of talk about what's going wrong, what I'm doing to help it. And I ended up finding out that I was mainly just talking about hey, here's how to fix, here's how to just fix everything. If there are problems, here's what you do to change it. And so, which was fine to kind of hey, let's get back on track, let's all that. I'm obviously a huge supporter of that. But as the weeks went on and I started to just get more and more and more stressed about school and just life, and then I grabbed the wrong plastic bag. Just kind of became more and more stressed. I felt well, shoot, at my channel, I don't feel that's kind of the vibe I want to bring, is oh, hey, things aren't working out actually, and I'm actually not doing super great right now. And so I feel I kind of put myself into this trap where I'm shoot, I'm really not doing well, and that's what I want to talk about, but I'm that's just not what I post. So anyway, I kept posting, and then finally I was you know what, I'm just going to get to the end of the school year and take a little break and just kind of step away and first and foremost kind of get my mental health back on track again. So I was good to go with the end of the school year, but then also just kind of think, okay, what do I want the future of this channel to look like, in a way? Not that it needs to have a definition for the next 30 years to come or anything like that, but just kind of reframing it a little bit more into what I'm hoping for. So all that to say, because I've already been talking for a hot minute now, all that to say, I do really apologize for disappearing just completely out of the blue, and it your guys' comments and your kind words and just your success stories. I mean, it's truly so inspiring, and that is what kind of led me, because there was a time there where I was do I come back? Do I just kind of let the channel die? And I realized no, I have such a great community that I'm really enjoying building. And I know there are people who do get a lot of comfort from the videos I post, or at least just kind of finding community in the comment section or whatever it may be. And so I was you know what, I do want to come back. I do want to kind of take two with everything, and I'm sure it still will not be in any way, shape, or form perfect at all, but I just thought might as well give it another shot. And I've got a little more time now to like film and edit and everything, though that was never really the issue, but I do just have a little bit more time. And then also I have, I think, a better mental state in the summer than in the school year. And so yeah, anyway, that's kind of that update. One more time, I promise. My friends hate when I do this, but I just keep apologizing for the same thing over and over. But like, I am really, really sorry for just taking off like that and giving no notice and having it completely unexpected. And I do not intend to do that again, but the crazy way that mental health works sometimes, who knows? I can't promise to always be here, but I'm gonna do my best for y'all. I don't actually know what I wanted to talk about in this video. And oh my god, I have 20 minutes. What can I talk about? I'm gonna go crack some eggs real quick. I'll be back. Eggs have been cracked. I thought maybe a good topic would be kind of what led me to get to really bad mental state, or kind of what I attribute to it. I hope that's not like the world's worst noise right as I'm talking. Okay, so what I kind of attribute to my really bad mental state in that time is, of course, academic stress. I was going through like some really hard, just like friendship stuff. College like puts you through it, like in every single way. Like college just, I don't mean that to be scary. College was really fun, but it just, your life becomes really different really fast. And you're interacting with very different people, and you are taking a different kind of set of classes in schedule and in caliber, and so it's just really different. And so things that are different are not fun for me. I personally don't enjoy them. And so it was a little rough. And then like, I think just outside of college, there was like other stuff going on. It's like everything just kind of built up. And I was like, you know what? I'm not doing well right now, which took a hot minute to admit to myself. But once I did, I was like, okay, yeah, this makes sense. I'm not doing great. What can I do to get back on track? So one of the other stressors that was just kind of like eating away my mind during that time was like, what is like my purpose? And I know I've talked about this like so many times on the channel where I'm just like, what am I meant to do? Like, that was fun. I just ran out of storage, but we're back. We're good. Lost track of where I was in that discussion, but if I remember correctly, just talking about like purpose. And I know that I don't need to have like anything big figured out at all. Like, I'm in a STEM major right now. I could literally change that. I could literally be like, you know what? I don't want to do a STEM major anymore. But I'm not going to. I love STEM. Or just like I intend to stay in college. Maybe college just isn't where I end up finding my purpose. Like, just, I think there's so much. I'm gonna go on another rant about the academic world if I'm not careful, so I will refrain from that. But I think it's really harmful, the society that I'm familiar with, at least like with my high school, or just kind of what I see online these days, where it's like, if you're not at an Ivy League school, then you failed. If you're not like valedictorian, then you failed. If you're not, like, just so much pressure, and then especially pressure on the like, make sure you have like extracurriculars that are like meaningful and serve your purpose. And so I think we have people just trying to define their purpose so early on in life, because I mean, yeah, if you're gonna start like a nonprofit or try and build a business or something like that, like, you want it to be something that you are passionate about and that you can stick with for a really long time. And of course you can kind of grow it and change it as like your interests change. But I feel like it's just so risky to tell people like, oh, you have to kind of have it all figured out really young. And so of course, kind of being at a school that was really adamant about like, you got to get into a good college, you got to get into all these programs, all these opportunities, and then like A, falling short of a lot of that, and then B, just feeling like, well, I don't know, like, what I wanted, like, I want to try stuff out, but there's just kind of no opportunities for people who want to, like, just try stuff out for fun. Again, this is all my experience, but this is, again, just kind of explaining where I've been, what's been going on. So anyway, I feel like just, and I can only speak to this as someone who's, like, a student. I'm sure it just goes on later in life where it's like, oh, I'm trapped in this career path, or I'm trapped in this kind of lifestyle or anything like that, which, like, we're never trapped in a type of life, but at least what I was realizing is like, oh shoot, I don't have a purpose. And so I was just kind of like going through the motions of like going to my classes, trying to do well in them, and then was just like joining random stuff. And now my alarm went off because my meeting is starting soon. It's okay, everything's fine. Yeah, I should probably start eating. I'm getting ready. Probably be a good idea. I just felt like I was kind of putting myself in like situations that like, oh, I thought this would look good on a resume, or like, oh, I can say that this is my passion. And so through the school year, I've just gone through like, oh, I want to do forensics. And I started the year like really, like totally out of the blue too, being like, I want to do forensics. I'm dead set on doing forensics. And so it was just kind of like this fun wild goose chase of like, oh, can I find stuff for forensics out there? And like, felt like my passion, and who knows, maybe it still is, but it was just kind of like, I realized like, oh, this is just kind of like a loose interest, I suppose. And so, which is fine, like, it's totally fine. Like, everything I'm saying, like, it's, no one needs to have just like a, like, purpose figured out. There was just so much kind of like, oh shoot, I feel so far behind in life because I don't have that like thing. Like, everyone I'm looking around, they're like, oh, I want to be a doctor, or I want to go to law school, or I want to get into, I don't know, the engineering field or stuff like that. And so it's like everyone seems to have kind of, which I know isn't that specific. Like, I just know I want to do something like chemistry related, which leaves some doors open. We're ignoring the fact I'm having Sprite for breakfast. My meeting starts in 10 minutes. Okay, we'll do my hair later. That's gonna have to be a later thing. So I probably will go soon so that I can like eat food. I realized I made food, but eating the food while talking is gonna be a little bit challenging. Anyway, I just felt this like enormous amount of pressure to kind of have my purpose figured out, whether that be like, I want to do something medical, I want to do something research, and obviously college is a time for exploring, but it just felt so frustrating because, again, I've kind of grown up with these like feelings of like, oh, like big aspirations and everything, which is awesome, but it also means that I'm constantly thinking about like, oh, is this good enough? Am I being enough? Is this a good opportunity? Like, how would this look on a resume? And so it's just like exhausting because I feel like I don't allow myself the opportunity to just kind of like try and do something just totally different. And so it just felt like, because I'm kind of sitting around just like trying stuff, there are other people who I'm potentially going to be competing against later for like grad school or for a job or anything like that, that are going to have just years and years and years of very specific experience on the resume. And I'm going to kind of just have a hodgepodge of like, well, I tried some stuff out. And so, which is, again, totally fine. Like, saying this all, I'm like, I realize like it's totally fine, but like that's the way anxiety works, is you're just like, oh, well, this like totally preposterous thing is true. And so I was just convincing myself over and over, I'm like, even if you like try your absolute hardest at academics, like you will never be enough. And I could tell it was just coming back to my like, oh shoot, I put too much weight on academics and that's not good. But then also, what time is it? I was just like putting so much pressure on academics and just kind of losing all the rest of the parts of me, which is also kind of what led to that like just personal issues where I was finding myself like, I feel just really lonely because I'm like just boiling myself down to a person who needs to be good at school. And like, I don't need to have like other people in my life. I don't need to put effort into the things I enjoy. So like, I don't know if I mentioned, like, I do dance, and so I was just kind of finding myself like, oh, I don't need to go do this like dance event. Like, I was just fully closing myself off to other opportunities and still feeling like I was failing. So anyway, that's kind of where all the like stress originated from. Obviously, this will be a discussion continued into another video, but I wanted to kind of get that out there just in case there's someone else kind of feeling like that. I don't know, I feel like it's very possible with the world that we're starting to see, with just like so much pressure put on younger people for academic achievement. It's such a hard world, for me at least personally, to kind of experience. Anyway, it felt really hard, where I'm like, okay, I need to get my mental health back on track, which involves just kind of like taking some pressure off of myself. But then that kind of led me to feel like, oh, I'm being looked down upon by like my peers, and so I just want to like isolate. But then I also realized like, oh no, I still want to like try. So like you can see, like, I'm just talking myself in circles. Like, that is what was going on in my mind, was just like, oh my god, there's so much that I need to be doing, and none of it seems interesting, and so I can't force myself to do any of it, and it's just impossible to thrive and take advantage of the resources in the environment I'm in, not knowing kind of what I want to do. So I just realized that whole clip is probably just my nose. That's super fun. Hope y'all enjoyed that. It's not the best I've ever done my makeup, but makeup is on my face, and that is all we care about right now. Take this back to the bathroom. Wasn't that too bad? If it sounded like I just threw everything in the drawer, yep. I never ate breakfast. Okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we're gonna leave things off there so I can get set up for my meeting and do that. I don't know why I decided to film today, of all days, when I had absolutely zero time. Maybe I'll come back to this later. You know what? I will come back to this later and finish this off appropriately, but I'll be back. Meetings first. It is, in fact, 2 days later. I'm starting to work through editing and realized I did not film an outro. So enjoy me in my glasses and retainers about to go to bed. But I think where I wanted to end that off was just, I think I was talking about like purpose. But anyway, just to say that like, it's going to be a continuing discussion, me talking, of course, about like, what is my purpose in life? What do I want to get out of life? What do I want to give to others in my lifetime? And then also, I know I've apologized 1,000 times already, but like, I'm so sorry for leaving, and it is my intention to do a little bit better, just staying on top of filming and posting and everything this summer, and just kind of interacting with you guys. So hopefully that will hold. We will see. Summer can get busy sometimes, but I do intend to be a little bit more, well, a lot bit more back to things. But anyway, that's where I'm gonna leave off today's video, or I guess 2 days ago video. And I will see y'all in the next one.